Hello, everybody, and welcome in on this Tuesday morning. Brooks Baptiste here, checking in from the First Alert Desk, and hopefully you are off to a great start on your Tuesday morning. So this is our segment in case you missed it, and of course we're always catching you up on the big stories of the day and some of the stories that you need to know that are happening in and around Atlanta. We want to begin with some heartbreaking news out of Cobb County today. Definitely a situation that could have been even worse than what it was, but two people were injured. A dog was also killed overnight in a house fire, and this is all happening in Cobb County. Atlanta News First Don Shipman has more with the First Alert Breaking News Tracker about what we know at this hour.
The people who live here are going to be okay. They were rushed to the hospital for smoke exposure. And here's the thing with all of this. It was a pretty tense situation when firefighters first arrived because they thought that those people were trapped inside the house. So they went in searching. And take a look at what's left of the house. Specifically, look at the roof right there. The majority of it is caved right in.
The initial units got on scene. It was well involved.
Well involved, those flames shooting out of the roof. It took some time for crews to get this fire under control too. The fire breaking out shortly after 11 p.m. Fire officials telling us that the fire was climbing up the back of the house from the basement and into the roof. Daylight now giving us a better idea of the damage to this big house along Greenfitch Court. Many of the windows blown out. It's been hours since the fire, and you can still smell some of the smoke in the air. Right now, the cause is under investigation, but fire officials have a good idea of where and how the fire started.
The fire appears to have started in the basement. And the resident states that he had a space heater plugged up behind his couch downstairs, and he believes that might be the cause.
And back here now you can see that you can look right into the house. Restoration folks will be arriving soon to board up the house. As for those dogs, one dog was killed, another dog managed to escape. We're here in Cobb County. Don Shipman, Atlanta News First.
Some serious damage there to that home. And of course, as we learn any new developing details regarding those two who were injured, and of course, that dog that did escape, fortunately, but unfortunately, that one that did die. Of course, we'll keep you posted as we learn more. And we should have an update from Don Shipman on Atlanta News First at noon. Well, this is a story that really goes to show that Delta has been in a bit of hot water lately. Unfortunately, it seems like they have had problem after problem regarding their planes, also along with some other airlines around the U.S. and abroad as well. But we want to show you this video that came from the cabin of this Delta flight. Take a look at this. Nearly 100 people were evacuated yesterday off of a flight that was headed for South Carolina. That thick haze filling the flight and particularly the cabin there, forcing it to land in Atlanta's moments after it took off. We spoke with passengers who described what they saw and what they smelled, and they say it was just chaotic.
And then people started kind of saying, smoke, fire, kept saying it. And then took a couple of minutes, probably about 2 minutes into that, we were still climbing up and it was getting worse, and the flight attendants came on and told us, breathe through your jackets or your shirts and just duck low, and that's what we did.
So that was one of the passengers there, but once that plane was able to land safely on the ground, those slides were deployed for passengers to evacuate. You may remember just last week, another Delta jet flipped upside down upon landing at the Toronto airport in snowy conditions. And over the weekend, a Delta plane headed to Sydney, Australia, had to make an emergency landing at LAX after smoke was detected on board. So for those who are flying right now, definitely a bit of a scary moment for a lot of people, and just a lot of uncertainty. But we have seen videos circulating on social media of those pilots and of the crew there on board of these planes, saying, do not worry, all will be well, and we will do everything we can to get you to your destination safely. But again, easier said than done when we see so many reports like this and have to report on those videos that are coming into the newsroom showing those bizarre situations that are happening right now. So safe travels to anyone who is doing it anytime soon. Happening today in Atlanta, we need to let you know about this because every year Mayor Andre Dickens, or the mayor of Atlanta at the time, is set to give a State of the City address, and he is going to be doing that tonight at 6 o'clock. So let's get you caught up on some of those things that he plans to keep an eye on. One of those big things that he's watching is, since taking office in 2022, he's been very big about making and creating housing that is affordable across the city. Last year, the city opened several rapid housing projects. We've reported on them, and according to the mayor's office, the Dickens administration has a goal of funding and building, or preserving 20,000 units of affordable housing by 2030. Tonight, the State of the City address is scheduled for 6 o'clock at the Woodruff Arts Center at Northeast Atlanta. We are going to have a crew there, and as we learn more, we'll be sure to bring it to you both on air and online. Well, let's talk about the Wu-Tang Clan. If you don't know about the Wu-Tang Clan, then you cannot be a hip-hop lover. The Wu-Tang Clan announcing that it is going to be kicking off its final tour. It's called Wu-Tang Forever, the Final Chamber Tour, and it's coming just a few months after the group wrapped up its first ever hip-hop residency in Las Vegas last year. We reported on that when that first became news to us. That Final Chamber Tour is set to launch this summer. It is going to be making a stop there at State Farm Arena in June. So we'll keep you posted as we learn more about the ticket sales and how you can get in on that all as well. This last story is one that I think a lot of people are going to be able to appreciate, especially if you are a baseball lover. One of the things we've been saying about the weather this week is just how incredible it is because it is so nice outside. But wouldn't it be nice if baseball was here? Well, we're almost here. We're just weeks away right now from the Braves home opener. So a lot of us going to be looking forward to that, and we've got some cool stuff planned for you there. But look at this. There's going to be a new food hall that is set to open at Truist Park. The outfield market will be located on the right field concourse. It's going to consist of 8 different food stalls featuring a variety of vendors from across Braves country, as well as grab-and-go concessions options as well. Now, a reminder for you, while we've got your attention, remember the Braves are partnering with our parent company, Gray Media, this season. We've made it so easy for you to make sure you get to see the games, whether you're there in person or you're chilling at the house, whatever you decide to do. All you have to do is just text the word PEACH to 470-777-WANF to find out which games are going to air on our sister station. We're going to ask you who your provider is, then you'll tell us that, and then we will gladly share with you which channel Peachtree TV is on, because we have received some of the concerns about people saying, well, I don't know how to find Peachtree TV. We're going to help you out. So again, all you have to do is text the word PEACH to 470-777-WANF, and we will gladly make sure you have the information that you need to know so that you can enjoy your Atlanta Braves this season. Well, this morning, get outside. I'm going to give you a random look of a highway, and this isn't even exciting, but it really doesn't matter where you are. Put your windows down on a day like today. Why? Because it just feels that great outside. I mean, this temperature, the weather, no rain, none of that. This is the time that you want to make some outdoor plans, maybe eat lunch outside, or if you're working from home, take a little break on the patio. It's just one of those days. So again, we'll have a full look at your forecast coming up in just about 20 minutes at 11:30 on Atlanta News First Plus here with weather where you are. And then we'll have another full look of your forecast on Atlanta News First at noon. Remember, you can always catch up on the day's big stories by heading over to our website, atlantanewsfirst.com. And you can always find them on the free Atlanta News First app. Make it a great Tuesday.